So we're going to start with the next unit that is related with the files and string. So for the previous unit, we have seen with the various concepts related with the operator overloading, and so mostly where we are going to have the things which we can do with help of function overloading already we have seen, but operator overloading. So these are the some features with which we can perform some modifications or some changes in the existing program, and with the help of which we can achieve the number of things or flexibility that can be provided with the help of these features. So like that, so files and stream, it will be also one of the most we can say it as interesting part of the object oriented programming, where we are supposed to get with the different objects, different files which we are going to get accessed, or how we are going to create these. So these are the files which are we are going to refer it at a compile time, okay, at a runtime. So there it will be a things which you can we are going to study under this. There is a stream. What is a stream? What is a file? Then stream class, stream error, file which will be performing with some operations related with input output, then file pointer, error handling in the file with the member functions, input output member functions, then overloading the extraction and insertion operators. There's already few points that is related with the operator overloading, which are related with this file handling that we are supposed to, or we are going to see it under this. Then memory as a stream object and command line arguments. How we are going to provide it as command line argument. So these are the points where we are supposed to get with the detailed part. So file handling where we are supposed to get with the mainly files or the term that it will becomes into our mind that when we are going to store the things we are going to have with the memory, because already in the pointers we have seen that we are going to store the content at a different memory location from which we are going to get the access. We are going to have the address location, but files are the term which we can store the things as a permanent storage for this, where we are going to have with some sequential things which will be done. Okay, simple, if I'm going to have it, considering it as an example of simple word file. So word file, what it will be having, it will be having the content as one page, which will be introduced. Under that we can add the number of things as per the in sequence whatever we are going to have. At the end, where we are going to end with that page, we are going to add one more page. Like that, we are going to have the number of pages which are included as a part of one file. So it will be having with the different types. So I'm just giving it an example for this. But what we are going to have in this, while we are going to store the things on the file, so we are going to have with the two parts in this, that is sequential and random. We are going to keep the things in the file from which we are going to find now how we are going to have it the as a random contents. So sequentially, no doubt we are going to have the contents in the sequential manner. But when you are going to put the things in the random form, okay, random form means what? It will be in the form of any kind of data that it will be having, not only with the textual data, but it might be having with the n number of files which can be included as a part of, as in the form of hyperlinks, either in the form of different pages. So there, how we are going to read these contents, how we are going to find these contents. So this, it will be able to, or we are able to get extraction of these contents, and we can able to see what actually we are going to store in these files. So that is the main intention behind introducing this as a part of OOP. So here it will be having most of the things which are related with the files, how we are going to get handlers for these files, and how these objects, now mainly object oriented programming, where we are going to have with the start with the class, where with that class we are going to have associated objects. But in the file, how we are going to have with these objects, how it will be useful for performing which task, so that we are supposed to sit under this. Okay. So where we are going to have with the starting with the first files. So as we are saying it, as it will be in the sequential form, where we are going to have with the different bytes it will be maintained, and every file, so as you can see it in the diagram also, it can be given it when there's some slots, and it will be ends with some point where we are going to end with that file. So end of the file, so it is as like we can say it as threshold value or maximum value that can be stored onto the particular file, which we are going to have it is in the form of address location, or it will be mainly specifically mentioned as end of a file. Okay, so where we are going to say that, okay, that file has been ended, or we have gone up to this last point, and then we are going to whatever the operations that you want to perform it, either we are going to have the different operations that it can be ended at that moment or at that point. Okay, so that it can be decided. So C++, as we are going to have it as, will be having with the as a sequential bytes. So this sequentially form where we are going to have the maintaining these values. Then each file, it will be handed with the or ended with the end of file mark. Okay, so it will be having with the end of file, that is at the end of every file as in the form of bytes. So when you are going to have it as a file which will be open, so generally the object term it will be introduced. So our object it will be created, and stream is a, we can say it as communication medium with that object. Okay, or stream it will be gives you association with that object, for which purpose, for what type of operation that object is going to be performed. Okay, so these are the some from the file operations we are going to have with the different files. So it will be iostream.h, then xstream.h. Okay, must it will be included as a part of your program. So mainly we are going to concern about this. So different files that we are going to have, we are going to maintain that in the form of hierarchy, as we are going to refer that as a part of stream class. So what is the stream class? So as we are saying that when we are going to have, then we are going to have the different files which will be included as part of this. So these files it will be included, or these files will be we can say it as a part of different programs which will be having a different purposes. Okay, so as in our programs up till now, whichever the programs which we have seen, so there we are mostly we are using the file as iostream.h. Now what is the purpose for iostream.h? There is an input output stream related operation. So what we are expecting with this input output stream, so when we are supposed to perform these operations input output, that means what we are going to have with few terms which can be given it as in the form of input to the program, few terms that we are going to get it as output from the program. So there it will be a number of classes which can be associated with this. So ultimately what does it mean that if I'm going to include any header file in the program, what does it mean that the terms which are related or associated with that header file will be included as a part of my program. If suppose if I'll go with again with few more back for the C programming, so there we'll be having with the different standard input output file, and we'll be having the standard input output which we are using it for what, that is for printf and scanf. When we are going to use it as a part of C programming, then we have used one more header file if you are remembering, that is for conio.h. So conio.h, where we are going to have our console related operation. Okay, so if I'm going to have it any console related operation that can be done with the help of conio.h. So this it will be, if you are not familiar with these terms or these header files, at least you are familiar with the iostream.h. So iostream, it is having some meaning associated with that. That meaning the compiler is already knowing keywords or the different functions which are included as a part of this as a definition. These are included as a part of the program. The meaning has been already defined in .h file, header file. So we are going to just introduce this file, and by introducing this as a part of a program, the terms which are associated with that header file will be a part of my program, right? So what is expected, that is, when I'm introducing the hierarchy, or if we go with the this diagram where we'll be having with the IO stream, IOS is the most starting, or we can say it as hierarchy, where we are going to start, which is a, we can say it as a parent class if I'm going to have the hierarchy of a structure. So it is a, as a part of a class, and with that class we are going to generate the object. So what we are saying that when you are going to open the file, the object will be created. When you are going to perform input, there it will be again object which will be created for performing input task. Output also it will be generated. So all these classes, it will be defined as a part of your IOStream class, or main class that it will be included as a part of it, that is a IOStream. Under that we'll be having iStream. So what is the purpose of this iStream, then stream buffer, OStream? So that we are going to see. But at the start, you can just remember that these streams or these objects, it will be communicated with the help of stream class, and this stream class, it will be as a hierarchy of, or it will be maintained in the form of hierarchy, where we'll be having IO stream at the top of this. So these stream classes mainly deals with the different operations, or it will be having the few functions, methods which are predefined, or meaning of these. So let's take an example that we are using it as cin cout statement. So how the compiler will know that cin, what is the meaning of cin, what is the meaning of cout? Cin means what, it is a known to a compiler that something that we want to, now it will be having with its own syntax that we are supposed to follow for this. So it will be getting, or it will be identified, or the compiler will generate a meaning out of it, that we are going to give some input to the program. Now what type of input, that it will be decided. Then cout, if I'm going to have with the cout statement, some display something to output window. So what is expected with this, when you are going to identify, or when you are going to include this as a part of your program, we need to have a meanings which will be associated with. You cannot include any random things as a part of your program while you are going to perform the operations related with it. So what is expectation, when you are going to include this as a part of your program, these meanings, it will be generated from this external IOStream or different header files. Dig it. So these header files, it is having some extension that is generally we are referring it as .h, and these meanings, it will be mentioned as a part of your file. Or when you are going to take with the meanings, we are going to go, or the control will be actually transferred to this files, and from it will be identified that which type of contents are included as well. We'll go with the one by one classes of this stream classes. Okay, so where we have started with the iOS class, first class, that is the topmost class, which is as in part of a stream class hierarchy, which will be a base for iStream, OStream, and stream buffer class. Okay, so what we are having in this iStream, OStream, and stream buffer, that we are going to see with the small programs how it will be included. Now, iStream and OStream, this it will be serves as a base class for iOStream classes, which will be used mainly for giving input and output from the program. So what these files it will be having, it will be including it as in the form of giving input to a program and getting output from the program. So meanings, or the whatever the functions which are included as a part of this, we should be the meaning which will be included under this. So class iOS, it is indirectly inherited. So as we are going to see it as a part of inheritance. So it is a indirectly inherited to iostream. So which will be having iStream and OStream that is related with the input and output. So to get the or to avoid the duplicity, so as we are going to have with the data members which are associated with the iStream and OStream, it will be declared as a part of your virtual base class when we are going to inherit this. Because as you can see it as in the form of hierarchy also, that it will be having with the one base class and number which will be having with the different derived classes. Similarly, when we are going to have with the deriving, so which properties that we are going to have which will be repeated, or the few functions which are going to have with the repetition, that can be excluded with the help of making it the virtual, yeah, virtual base class. Okay, so now it will be having with the some extra few functions or some different operations that can be done. So how it will be done with assign. So with assign class, which will be providing you you can say it as extra things which can be associated with anything that is related with iostream or ostream both. Okay, so as you can observe it at the end of this hierarchy, where we'll be having with the, that is I'm talking about this part, that is a iStream with assign, iostream with assign, and ostream with assign. So what actually the work of this with assign? So with assign class, it will provide you with some extra functionalities. What kind of functionalities it will be having, what operations it will be performing, so that we are going to see in further points. Okay, so till now, so we have seen with the, or we have started with the stream class, and in stream class whatever the hierarchy that we will be maintaining, because stream class, why it is having a most important in the file handling, because file handling ultimately what we are saying it as, it is related with the objects, and these objects which will be associated with the different header files. Okay. So we'll go with the first, that is a iStream. So iStream class, this class it will be responsible for handling with the input stream. As I said, it provides a number of functions for handling these character string. So for that we'll be having few functions as I said already. That is, we'll be having with the get line, read, ignore, put back. So these are the some objects, functions which can be used to perform the different operation. Now it will be depend. So as we are going to have it as, let's say now here in the example, as you can see it as, where we are going to have it as character which will be used to scan a single character value, or we are going to take it as input from the program. So it can be used like this also when you are going to deal with the file, that is a cin dot get. So you are going to use like this. These are the functions which are included as a part of cin class. Okay, up till now what we are, how we are using the cin, it will be used directly cin with operator values which are associated with it, and we are going to display these values. Okay, so how we are going to get with this term? So when you are going to give some input for this, it will be hold that input, and we are going to display that as in the form of output. As we are having the two statements, so it will be output for this, whatever the input that we are going to provide, it will be taken it as in the form of output for this. This already, uh, let's say, we'll give it as an example. So try to see with this. Generally, what we are going to expect from this, it will be having with the two functions, that is a cin and cout, which will be called with the get as one more additional function for this. So I'll take this one. We'll see with what kind of output it will be generating. So it will be having a simple use of this iStream, but few functions which are included as a part of this, so that we are going to see. So whatever the input that you are going to give, that will be shown as in the form of output. It is a simple that you are going to generate. If I'm going to have the input as in the form of alphabets, characters, so generally what it is expecting, that it is expected with the character value, as we are going to have the, or we have mentioned that variable as in the form of characters. So the connection. It is so if you'll see with the statement, we are not displayed anything to the before to this, so it is expecting it as in the form of input, that it is waiting for the input. Okay, so what input that you will be giving. Okay, so we have given it as, let's say, E as a input for this. It will display that whatever we are going to store in it. Okay, so what input that you are going to give, that it will be holds under this, and it will be displayed as in the form of output. So it is a simple, we are going to have the some simple programs which will be having, or which will be used the two functionalities. Okay, so as in the form of sample files that we are going to use, or how we are going to use these files. Okay, so like this we'll be having with the read, ignore, get line. Okay, so it will be having with the different purpose. So what is the use of stream class iStream? That is, it is responsible for handling the input stream. So input stream either in the form of character, string. Okay, that can be identified with the help of iStream class. Then OStream. So this class which will be used for handling the output stream, which will be provides the number of functions for handling the character string related objects with the help of write and put. This as like we can have the directly with the help of, so related with the character string objects. So mainly we can, what we are going to have with this as in the form of, so output it will be same, just we are going to have it as in the form of put string, or put whatever that we are going to have it in the form of character as an input. So whatever which we have taken it as with the help of get, it will be displayed as in the form of output to the program. Okay, so every file it will be having some meanings associated with it, like that iostream. So this class it will be, we are using it for number of times for handling both input and output. So combinedly, so we are not using separate functions. That is, first is a iStream, OStream. We are having it as iStream, which will be including both the things as in the form of input and output. So it will be provides with few more functions which are included as a part of iStream class, and for handling these character objects with a, so ultimately as we are going to have it as functions which are included in a iStream or OStream, which will be inherited as a part of this iOStream also. Okay, so that's why we can use it with the combined effect of this, or directly we are going to have it as cout and the statement for it. Okay. So what it will be doing, it will be giving you a number of characters from the array. So it will be having few more parameters. So these functions write, then read, get line, so these are having the few parameters which are associated with it. So depending on this, now this 4 it will decide the number of characters which are included in it. Okay, so which are the number of characters which are involved under this, so that it will be taken. Yes, we will see the output what it will be showing. Right, so having the see out the right and some characters. So it will be taken as. So it will be taking with the 4 characters as the count of this. So it will be displaying only a first 4 characters from the string that we are going to process. Okay, so it will be displaying that as a part of output window, but with some limitations. Or we are going to count the characters. So these parameters which are involved, or which parameters need to be added, these all it will be included as a part of this header file, which will be given you with some meaning for this. Okay, so we are going to consider these values depending on the different functions. Okay, so it will be having a number of parameters which will be reserved for performing some task. So like this we'll be having with the, as with the last part of this, we can say it as it will be I stream with assign and O stream with assign. Now what we are having it as, or we are saying it as, we are providing some extra functionalities, as we can say it as. So what kind of functionalities it will provide? It will be allows the object with some assigned values, some predefined objects, as we are having it as scene is an object of this class. It may be reassigned at a runtime with some different value. Okay, so what we are saying it as, with the help of these functions, that is a get line or write, will be providing with some predefined values to this function. When you are going to call, or if you'll see with the syntax for this, we'll be having some predefined values which are included as a part of it. But when you are going to have with the runtime some different values, it can be provided with the help of some additional features, right? So generally we are not bothering about, we are using it as scene statement, means what, it is waiting for an input for this file. But when you are going to compiler, it will be identified this, it will be identified that it will be providing it as feature for identifying this as a part of this class IOStream class, which will be waiting for an input for the program. So it might be having with some different values for this object. So we are providing the input value which will be at a runtime. That what does it mean? That it will be providing it as a object with some values associated. Okay. So when you are going to provide these values at a runtime, the object will be holding these. So already, as we have said, that we are going to have, or we are going to avoid the repetition for this two functions. We are going to use this base class as a virtual function. So for that, we are going to have the few classes as in the form of friend function also. Yes, how it will be done, how we are going to use that, we'll see with more example for this. So let's see the more program for this. Yes. So we'll see the class how it will be done with these values. Okay. let's take an example like this, where we'll be having with the in class demo class, we'll be having with the two variables or the data members which are involved under this. So here we are going to have the operator overloading using the friend function. So we are going to have it one function which will be, we are going to use it as a friend with the operator which will be overloaded under it with assigning some values which are involved into that. Why we are going to use with these values? So these values we are going to use it as in the form of object, okay, with the help of one function that it will be seen statement assigned to another object that we are going to take with these values. So when the control will be transferred, it will be goes to the first, it will generate one object for this. It is expecting with few values as in the form of numbers that it will be provided as in the form of input. And when you are going to provide these values, we are going to use this object as in the form of displaying this content to the output window. Okay. So what values it will be storing? We are going to store that with the help of object d.dx and d.dy. So these values which you are going to take it as input, it will be hold and it will display to a output window. So what values it will be having for this? So I have not shared this file. Right, so it will be having with this, it is a entering expecting with the two values of dx and dy as in the form of input, let's say 2 and 4. So values it will be assigned for this with the object as, now if you can observe this in the program. So when you are going to use this operator, friend operator, which will be having a associated with the meaning as a, for giving it as an input for the program. So this scene it will be assigning to the another object with the my in. So this we have defined or we have overloaded for this value which is expecting or it will perform the task of getting the input from the program. So what it enters or what it contains, it will be enter the values which are expecting as in the form of input, and that will be hold maintained with help of object which can be associated with it. Okay. So this d.px and d.dy, this it will be holding the values associated for it. Okay. So these values might be having less than 1 minute. We might be getting disconnected with the session. Please rejoin with the same link.